Hey everybody, my name is E-Double, their name is PJ Harvey. Let's go.
Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back for a brand new video. Now, as you probably can tell already, that I'm currently doing face cam again. It was one of my most liked videos I've ever done. So apparently he's like that, so that's why I'm going to start bringing you guys more often if that's what you want to continue to see. But you can probably tell by the title of the video and the name of this squad, that is of course going to be the BPL Team of the Season prediction. Now I did do this before with the Scottish Premier League and he's absolutely loved it, so this is why I'm going to go ahead and do it today. Now they don't give me as many spots as there normally is for the BPL, so there will be players missing, but don't worry about that. But in the goalkeeping position we have Skitlenberg, doesn't sound right, but he's a big phenomenal goalkeeper. I seen him when he played against Tottenham the other week, then he was absolutely on fire. Big, strong, can sort of do everything. He's maybe not had the career he was sort of expecting, but if he continues up his form, as long as they don't sign Joe Hart, I think he's a shoe-in, because they always sort of give goalkeepers like that a sort of team of the season. And you're expecting Cech and Lloris to maybe get one in the additional sort of slots. Moving on to the next player is Danny Rose. He just scored against Liverpool actually a few days ago. And he was robbed last year. I don't know why he didn't get one last year. I thought it was an absolute disgrace because he was in the PFA Team of the Year, but somehow he didn't get a Team of the Season. So that was weird. I think he definitely will get one this year in his card, along with Bellerin. Will be probably two of the most overpowered left back, right back combinations you can actually get. Besides Walker, I suppose you could always chuck in there because he's going to have an overpowered card every season. It's sort of known fact, to be honest with you. But Bellerin, I think, a lot like last year, sort of started off a bit slow. He's one of these players that's not in form just now, but I think he will as sort of the season gets on. Arsenal seem to get better as the season goes on, then it gets to Christmas time and then they fall off a cliff. But then as soon as it hits like the most important months, they start firing and wins again. So he's definitely going to be a very, very important part of that. They're a very good side. I don't know why they've started off so slowly, but I think they've actually got the same amount of points as us, or just slightly less, so it doesn't really matter. Moving on to the next one, and that's going to be Antonio. Now, West Ham's having an absolute horror after everything they were supposed to be doing this year. They got the new stadium, you fucker. They were expecting to just go ahead, smash it. They're currently not doing that because they're West Ham. But the one player I would say is definitely standing up, and that's going to be Antonio. Someone I think is absolutely a really good player. He tore us a new asshole when Tottenham played him last season. And I think he's actually going to get played in the right wing-back position, even though I know he plays all over the field. Like he plays left back, right mid, right forward, centre defensive mid. I believe there, and he will be in Club 80 as well. It'll be a phenomenal looking card. Moving on to the next player, and that's going to be Fer. Now, Fer's one of these guys that's not really lived up to his hype that he currently had, or that he's previous had, but I think he started off the season very well for Swansea, and I just feel like Swansea, I didn't want to just fill it with all the biggest sort of players, like you could just fill it with Arsenal, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool players. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to chuck in some people different, and obviously you get 6 a lot of slots, so they'll probably be in there. I think Fer started off very well, and he's been the main man in sort of the team. He's playing consistently, and I think that's when you'll see the best of him as well. Moving on to the next player, that's Jermaine Defoe. The man has scored some goals. I think his card will be absolutely devastating if he continues up the form. He's the only player, I think he's scored in every game that he's played. His last 5 BPL appearances, he's scored in the last 5. That's considering from last season and this season. I seen like a weird stat on on the fantasy league thing. He's doing phenomenal again this season. He's going to be the man that always gets the goals because he's playing consistently for Sunderland. He's going to score a lot of goals. He takes everything. He takes like penalties, so he's definitely going to get amongst the goals. Need to fix that because I'm a bit OCD. Moving on to the next one, and that's going to be big Rondon himself, the absolute titan. Now I hate West Brom Albion, and Chadley unfortunately just signed for them. So that was a sore one. Can't believe Chaders is gone. Moment of silence for Chaders. That's too long. But Rondon is one of these guys that just seems to fit Pulis's style. It's like Pulis's wet dream. Like, if you were just to go inside Pulis's dream, you'd see this big monster. He can hold the ball up, he can fight with 3 defenders at once, he can turn, and he's actually got a really good goal scoring. I think his card would be absolute frightening with like his physicality and his shooting. His pace might not be that great, but you're looking at some crazy physicality. And I hope this guy does continue his form, keep scoring, because I think these are just the sort of guys I like to use. Like, I don't always like using Agueros and Ibras and stuff like that. I like using these guys when Team of the Season comes out because it's a bit more exciting for me. And if you could smash that like button as well, lads, that would be absolutely fantastic as well. And let's try and reach maybe 20 likes if we can. Moving on to the goalkeeping position, that is David De Gea, probably the best goalkeeper in the Premiership, and that hurts me to say because I think Lloris is right up there, but I think he just slightly edges it because Lloris is a lot more injury prone. That's where I'm sort of tying it between there. De Gea, like, I've seen some crazy rating, like he's going to be 90, was it 90 or 91 rating, like I've heard that rumour. That's going to be his original base card. That's why his team and season card is so high, because if that's true, and he's 91 rated, I think Lloris was released yesterday, and he was given an 88 card, which is really good for Lloris. And I think De Gea should be 89 or 88 as well. I don't think he deserves 91, but he's a phenomenal goalkeeper. And I think Man United is going to go all the way to the title this year with Man City. Moving on to another Manchester United player, and that's going to be Bailey. No, that's not his name. And he's watched NXT. Now she's on Raw. Bailey. Bally, or whatever his name's, Bally. He's one of the, I'm going to say it right now, he's going to be the absolute most single-use defender in FIFA 17 because he's going to be cheap, he's going to be low-rated, he's going to have pace, defending and physicality. I look like his inform card just now, he's going to be absolutely frightening. I think he'll start about 81, 82 maybe, but his team of season card will be absolutely scary. Now, moving on to the next, sort of the highest defensive player I actually have in his squad, and that may be surprising knowing that I'm a Tottenham fan. Like Alderweireld will probably be in there, or maybe Superjan because he started off the season very well. But I think they're going to be, like, if you get 6 other additional slots, they'll probably be in there. That's what I'm saying. So I just wanted to throw Koscielny in there because you've got to appreciate the man, even though he does play for Arsenal, he is a very good centre-back. If they had another player half as good as him in the centre-back position, they'd probably not fall away and lose the title every year, or maybe win a trophy and a bit more consistently and stuff like that as well. I think he's been one of the better defenders they've had in quite a long time. It's just if he can stay fit and stay on form. Like, he gives away silly yellow cards. I've never seen a player that gives away so many silly yellows. If he can just keep his head on straight, he's an absolute phenomenal centre-back. And I believe his card, if he does get a team in the season, it'll just be absolutely frightening. Moving on to the next player, that's going to be Macaulay, someone who's getting me all my fantasy league points in my league. He's getting 7 points, 6 points, and I think 7 points. He's bloody brilliant. He scored this weekend as well. Someone, again, I don't really like West Brom, but you've got to appreciate his talent. He's that much of a defensive leader, lads. He makes Johnny Evans look like he could be worth 25 million. So, knee again. Instant like. And so Macaulay's in there as well, just because I wanted to throw in a low-rated player. Sorry, I know you've got like Otamendi, who started off the season pretty well for Manchester City. You have like Cahill or Terry, played for some of the bigger teams, or even Jags or what's his name? Ashley, is it Williams that used to play for Swansea and transferred to Everton. He played a really good debut for Everton, so I think he could be in there and around about that position as well. But I just wanted to throw McCall in there because he's my Barclays Premiership fantasy team legend just now. So let's go into the midfield and try not to show you Kane. Oh well, fucking Kane's spoiled. Shit. First thing you're going to notice before I speak about any of these players, lads, they are all left and right mids. Again, I just want to reiterate because I know someone will put it in the comments. Where's the centre mids? The centre mids would be in the other slots that's available usually because they do like 18 players, not just like... what does they usually do? They do usually like 24-man team of seasons or something now. So I think that's where they will be. And plus, these are the players that really impress me and I think is going to have a fantastic season. So I wanted to put them in there. I didn't really want to cop it and just put like Pogba or anything like that just to get views. So I'm going to be talking about Sterling. Now, Sterling's been in my fantasy league. I transferred him in before the West Ham game and I got ridiculed by everyone saying he's shite. 2 goals, 14 points. But that's not all what this is. It's not just my fantasy... It's not just my fantasy league team that's actually in the squad, but he is a phenomenal player, and I think he's got a point to prove this season because he was absolutely ridiculed to the fucking posts, like hung, dried, slaughtered by the England fans. They still boo him, even though he played for Manchester City. Like every time he touches the ball, there's still boos, and I think that's a disgrace because he is a great player. I didn't want to hear in this pitch that he's a traitor or anything like that. He left for 50 million to a team that wants to win the league. He doesn't want to stay at a team like... Look at Liverpool. Liverpool's just consistently 7th or 8th. You can talk about whatever you want, but that's where they always are. So I think he's done the right thing. But overall, I think he's a good player. He's going to have a point to prove this season. He sort of fits that Guardiola style, like the sort of free roaming. He can switch wings whenever he wants. He can play. He's not being told to drag back and defend as much. He's given the ball. He's saying, go ahead and do something. I believe he's got a couple of assists already this season, and now a couple of goals thanks from the goals at the weekend. So I'm like expecting Sterling to be one of the standout players this entire season, especially because my fantasy league sort of depends on it. Moving on to the next player, and that's going to be another Tottenham player. Not Christian Eriksen or Dembele or Ali, which was quite difficult to choose, even though I think Dembele will be a phenomenal player this season, again, when he comes back from his ban. I'm going to go with Coco because Coco deserves it. He's a hard-working son of a bitch. If you go back and look at last season, well, if you follow the Tottenham page, you'll probably see me posting all the time. When people used to ridicule him, I used to say, just fucking look at the stats. When he plays, we are either winning or not conceding. When he gets subbed off, last season, it was absolutely frightening how many goals we lost because no one works as hard as him. And he's now added that hard-working mentality with a bit of skill. He's got a lot more confidence. He can go forward. He's chipped in with a goal this season and I think 2 assists. He's playing really well. He's got a bit more aggression. He's got this kind of... I think Pochettino knows where he's best playing now. He's got this free roaming sort of role, but he tracks back and works hard. And I think he's going to be one of the most important players for Tottenham as they sort of battle on the Champions League front and the Brightness Premiership. Now moving on to the next player, that's someone that surprised me that didn't have a team in the season. I just assumed that he had one because of the phenomenal season he had again last season. I'm a fucking shoulder, man. See, this is for you guys, like, I feel like helps. Moving on to, like, Coutinho, he's just got to be in there, lads. He just has to be. He's a phenomenal player. Like, I saw him playing against Tottenham the other day, and although he didn't score, I think it's because he's got a hamstring injury. He's just so talented on the ball. He's like a little magician. He's like a more physical Christian Eriksen. Like, he gets stuck in. He's really good at long shots. His pace is pretty good as well. He's pretty quick. I don't know why he's so underrated for pace. He's got a lot of pace. He's got that sort of low centre of gravity, so he can dip and dive in between people. Like, either foot, he can shoot, he can pass. There's one thing I always say about Liverpool fans is he's way too greedy, and that might be where he gets sort of caught up and sort of losing the assist stats. But if he can sort of become ungreedy and start passing the ball and stuff like that as well, we might get in there. Moving on to the next player, that's going to be Hazard. The man is fucking coming out because no one's looking at him anymore. The man has sucked his shoulders. Kyle's #1 fucking hate target right now. Kyle hates him, even though he does technically love him as well at the same time. 2 seasons ago he was absolutely unplayable. Expected a big move to Real Madrid and PSG. That's where he wanted to go. Didn't get it. Sulked like a little bitch all season until the Euros came. He was told by his manager he had to start playing better, and then he started playing better in the last 4 games. Now he's came back in with this new manager. He's playing like his old self. He's got so much ability. It's absolutely frightening. Like, I watched some fucking Rekur title challenge last year. He just came on and changed the entire game. We were winning, like, was it 2-1 up or something like that? And he just fucking embarrassed us. He's so frighteningly good. It's not even funny, lads. When he is on form, he's absolutely fantastic. He's one of the best top 5 players in the world when he is in form. And that's just obvious. Moving on to the next top 7. And moving on to the next player, that's going to be Harry Kane. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, Harry Kane's not scored yet. Harry Kane doesn't score until October, alright? And when he fucking scores, he scores. He scores a lot of goals. He's playing. I don't know what's wrong with him now. He's sort of mixing into this centre forward sort of attacking role with Janssen is playing slightly ahead. And I think that partnership is one of the most promising things, especially when we get in the Champions League. Those sort of partnerships are vital, and I think that's going to be one of the best partnerships of the season. We just need a couple more games just to get sort of come in. I'm expected by October again to be back into the goals, and you know Harry Kane, he can find the net, and I think his team of the season card. He did get a 93 last season, so I'm going to put him as 94 this season, just slightly upgraded. Stats sort of similar to what I had last year, apart from I chucked him up like physical. I don't think he's going to get the golden boot this year. I think he's just going to slightly miss out because Aguero's looking very hungry, and apparently Aguero's new training technique gives him like the more consistent and non-injury, even though I think he's picked up a knock already, so you just got to read it in that way you will. But again, Harry Kane, I think he's going to score a lot of goals for, not only for my team, he's going to score some goals for England and stuff like that in this season. He's one of the guys you can just give the ball to and he can score. Maybe a bit selfish at times, but when he does pass, he's absolutely fucking frightening. Like, his passing's absolutely crazy. Like, his corners, no, his corners. Sorry. 99 corners. But let's just move on to the Aguero, because he is absolutely crazy. He started off the season very well. I think he's the top goal scorer in the league just now. And he is the fucking worst penalty kick taker I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, why does no one else just say, no, Aguero, you can't take any more penalties, you shit at them. Silva, come here, used to take them at Valencia. Come take a penalty. Because Aguero's shit at penalties, isn't he? See if you could just score penalties, my fantasy league team. Because he's my captain, he needs to score more. Like I was saying on the Harry Kane sort of towards the end there, there's been a sort of a lot of talk about his new training technique, how he's not going to get injured so much, he's not getting pushed so much. In training, but I think he's picked up a knock or he's just withdrawn from the Argentine side, so you've got to read into that what you can, but I'm expecting him to score a lot of goals and I'm expecting him to be the top goal scorer in the BPL this year, and he has to get into like one of the player of the year sort of tournaments. I don't know, like, I didn't realise he's never won it, even though he's consistently scored over 20 goals every season that he's played. Is that not just mind blowing how he's never been even nominated for it? Like, it's always been like Kane or I can't remember who won it last year, Bale and some other folk like that as well, which is quite a bit of a disgrace. But let's talk about Ibra, the man, the myth, the legend. People says he was going to flop when he came here. I sort of looked past that and knew he would score some goals, but I didn't expect him to score so many goals so quickly. He's looking like a fucking bear. Him and Mourinho looks like they've got a great partnership. He's an absolute fright in the air. I didn't know he was still so powerful. He's maybe not got the legs or the trickery, so he's not going to get that 5-star skills everyone protests because he just doesn't do skill moves anymore. You've got to actually watch him play. He doesn't do skill moves anymore. He did 5 years ago, no YouTube highlights he's watched now, but he doesn't do them anymore, or if he does, it's not 5-star skills worth. But what he is good at is jumping in the air, wrestling with defenders and pinging long shots. So that is my 18 man squad. There's obviously the 24-man squad, so you're chucking other players in there like Sanchez, etc., all that good stuff. So if you want to drop yours down below, if you want to drop your 18, who do you think is going to be in the squad? And of course, if you want to continue to see some face cam videos, I'll be happy to do that. Make sure to hit that like button, drop down a comment. I've been CJ Novo 992. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.